If you're fed up of ANTAEUS War Titans, then you'll definitely want to check out this insane new combination that I'm bringing you today that hard counters the current meta not only through the exotic combination itself, but through the build and the blistering TTK this setup can achieve. Mask of Bakris got a buff recently and now synergizes insanely well with the Trespasser exotic sidearm. Mask of Bakris now provides a 25% buff to Arc and Stasis weapons in PvE and a 6% buff in PvP. Now 6% on paper doesn't sound like a lot, but with very specific Arc and Stasis weapons, it can dramatically change their TTK to the point of being nearly overpowered. Trespasser is one such weapon where things dramatically change. Now normally Trespasser hits for 32 on a headshot, and against a tier 10 Resilience Guardian, Trespasser requires 6 headshots and 1 body shot to kill, which is a respectable 0.73 seconds TTK. It's a very good TTK, but still not enough to beat things like the Immortal or Drang. With Bakris's damage boost active, the headshot now hits for 34 on the head, which drops the requirement to just 6 headshots, i.e. a clean 2 burst for a kill on any Resilience Guardian, which can be achieved in just 0.5 seconds. That's a faster TTK than nearly every single weapon in the game, and it only requires a dodge to achieve, and the buff is active for a whopping 11 seconds after using the dodge. We haven't even touched on the Trespasser exotic perk, whereby after a kill when you reload, you can fire a super burst of 6 bullets, and thanks to Bakris's damage boost, you can now 1 burst Guardians of all resiliences in a blistering 0.33 second TTK. It's honestly just a little bit ridiculous and something everyone needs to try out. The exotic catalyst gives you tunnel vision on reloading after a kill as well, which synergizes with the 6 burst, giving you more aim assist to reliably 1 burst your opponents down. Remember, if you use Marksman's dodge, Bakris's shift ability will also reload your weapon. So with 1 dodge after a kill, you'll now have a freshly reloaded gun with a 0.33 second TTK to gun down that second person who is inevitably going to be aping you. We haven't even begun to talk about the power of the shift ability that Bakris provides in itself. If you combine it with the stasis aspect, Winter's Shroud, not only can you dodge through those annoying ANTAEUS War Titans, but afterwards it will apply slow to them, meaning they won't be able to turn around and hit you afterwards. Here's how I've set up the rest of the Stasis subclass. You're going to want to watch this because there are even more counters here against those pesky ANTAEUS War Titans. I run Marksman's dodge, strafe jump, withering blade, and then for your grenade you have a choice here. You can run Duskfield grenade, which is a brilliant counter to ANTAEUS War Titans, to Titan barricades, and if you run this, then you definitely want to run Touch of Winter as one of your aspects, because this just makes Duskfield so much better. The other option you can run is actually Glacier Grenade, which is a brilliant counter to aping teams. It no longer one-shots reliably, but even if they're slightly weakened, then it can be very powerful to destroy apes and people around corners. If you do run Glacier Grenade, then you want to run the Shatter Dive aspect. Against better teams, I ended up running Duskfield Grenade more. The second aspect I've already discussed and is an absolute must for the build, Winter Shroud, which applies a slow to your shift ability. For my fragments, Whisper of Torment is key, which gives you more grenade energy, Whisper of Chains, which gives some damage resist and 10 recovery, Whisper of Shards, which gives you even more grenade regeneration when you break a crystal. Remember, even Duskfield with Touch of Winter will spawn a crystal for you to break. And then I run Whisper of Durance to increase the duration of slow from both the dodge and Duskfield. If you're running Shatter Dive, then you can change this to Whisper of Fissures for more damage from Shatter Diving crystals. For your stat distribution, 100 mobility is an absolute must here, so you can minimize Bakris's shift ability cooldown. Then go for 100 recovery, then aim for high discipline, then go for resilience, intellect, and strength in that order. In terms of armor mods on your class item, you want to make sure you're running Reaper, so that after you use your Bakris ability, your next kill will guarantee an orb of power. We even use powerful attraction here, so that if there are any existing orbs of power and we use our Bakris ability, this will hoover up those orbs, and then thanks to our boots, which have recuperation on them, you'll instantly regenerate some health as well, almost functioning like a mini worm husk. We also run 2 stacks of innovation to reduce our grenade cooldown when we pick up an orb of power. Make sure to run the relevant unflinching, dexterity, and targeting mods. So there we have it, my Bakris Trespasser build, for which I'll leave a dim link for in my Discord, link for which will be in the comments or description below. It's something a little bit different to the current meta, but it's mighty effective, especially on on shorter range maps. If you enjoyed what I talked about today, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Destiny builds, both PvP and PvE. I'm Mr. Ronit, and that's it for today. Peace out, guys.